السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد، أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. رب زدني علما. اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا. أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم. Inshallah, today we will do just 2 exercises, and we are done with this lesson. So we have some mistakes. Sahih al-Jumal al-Atiyata. Some mistakes here. So please tell me the mistake and help me out with this. Ya Maryamu ata'rifu raqma hatif al-mudira. So there's a mistake. What's the mistake here? Anyone? Ta'rifina. Yes, you're speaking to Maryam here. Naam, you're speaking, so this should be Ina. This is wrong. Right? All the mistakes here are with verbs. One second. So this is the mistake, right? تعرفين. Next one. يدخلون الطلاب الفصل قبل دخول المدرس. And the translation is, oh Maryam, do you know the phone number of the principal? Raqma is number, Hatif is phone, and Mudira is principal. Raqma Hatif al-Mudirati. And second, يدخلون الطلاب الفصل قبل دخول المدرس. What's the mistake here? Anyone? It looks correct, but it isn't. Yes, يدخلوا. Because tullab, yes, يدخلون is the mistake. We should use a singular form. Why singular? Tullab is plural, right? Because we cannot have two files. Right? We cannot have two files coming here. يدخلوا الطلاب. So this is correct. يدخلوا. Yes, يدخلوا is correct. Right? So this is tricky. It might look correct. Oh, يدخلون الطلاب, but we cannot have this as file as well as this as file. No, no, no. We cannot have. One should go, and that will be this will go. يدخل الطلاب. Now, يدخل الطلاب. So the students entered the class قبل دخول المدرس, before the teacher's entrance. Entrance. دخول is masdar, right? دخل يدخل دخولا. Next. الطبيبات يخرجون من المستشفى في الساعة الواحدة. تخرجنا. يخرجنا. Which is correct? تخرجنا or يخرجنا? One of the two is correct. يخرجنا or تخرجنا? تخرجنا is correct. No, I'm asking. I'm not saying anything. Right? Are we speaking to someone here? We're not speaking to anyone. Is there a singular feminine here? It's not singular feminine. So ta will only come. Naam. Ta will only come in two cases. One, if he is speaking to someone, or for singular feminine. Right? Naam. Yakhrujna is the correct. It's confusing, I know. Right? At-tabibatu. So what we'll do, we'll just drop the wow. Yakhrujna and make the sukun. Yakhrujna. Right? The doctors left from the hospital في الساعة الواحدة at 1 o'clock. Right? يخرجنا is correct. Right? Because this is ghaib. So for ghaib, ladies also will have a ya. Only for singular feminine and dual, of course. Singular and dual. Ghaib muannas will have a taf'alu. So maybe that confused us. Right? But generally for ladies, we have to speak to them for having a ta. Right? Inshallah. يجلسن الطالبات الجدد في الصف الأخير. What's the mistake here? We should become a detective. تجلس. Any other options? Anyone else? تجلس. Do we agree or not with تجلس? If everyone agrees, maybe it's correct. If no, then it's not. Do we agree with تجلس? Rest of us. Yes? Okay. Yes. If you agree, then alhamdulillah, it's correct. تجلس. تجلس. Why? Because this is talibat is plural, right? So we cannot like remove the ya and make it yajlis. We have to bring us feminine form. What is feminine form? Tajlis, yeah. So tajlis is correct. Tajlisu talibat. So we should treat it as singular, like we treated yadkhulu in the previous one, right? So tajlisu talibatul jududu fi safil akhir. Judud is correct. The new students sat in the last class. Fi safil in the last row. Saf is row. In the last row. Saf is also class, but maybe it means a row now here. أين تذهبن يا إخوان? يذهبون. We are speaking to someone. يا came. تذهبون. نعم. نعم. أين تذهبون? Whenever we see a ya, ta should anyways come. And whomever you speak, ta will come. Right? Whomever you speak, ta will come. So aina tazhabuna, because plural boys, so this will be una. Aina tazhabuna ya ikhwan, where are you going, your brothers? No problem. Please, don't be embarrassed to make mistakes, right? We all learn from mistakes. I mean, the more mistakes you do, the more we learn, right? So inshallah, there's no problem in giving incorrect answers, right? There's not at all. We should not be ashamed of making mistakes, right? I used to feel like that during my school days, but later on I got to know if I don't know anything, I don't know, right? I used to feign knowledge because my school friends used to talk about all stuff, and I used to like, wow, they know so much. I don't know anything. They were interested in cars and bikes. I was never interested in these things, right? And they used to talk this bike, and they used to ask me, you know this about this? I said, yeah, I think, and so on. I used to say when my childhood. Then I realized there's nothing ashamed to be wrong or not knowing everything. Everybody cannot know everything, right? So, I mean, they wanted me to be like them, right? To be interested in fashion, cars and bikes. I never, alhamdulillah, I never had all interest in all those things in my school days. Right? I was like, what is there in that? I just need a bike to go home. I don't care which model it is. It should work properly, right? Or passionate about cricket and football and this and that. I was never into that. I used to go, right? So alhamdulillah. So, I mean, this is how, alhamdulillah. That's why maybe I'm interested in Islamic studies now, alhamdulillah. Right? Alhamdulillah. So that's how it is, maybe. So 6-1. أختي يدرس في المدرسة الثانوية. تدرسين. Ina will only come when you're speaking to a sister. تدرسنا. أختي, singular, my sister, studies in. تدرس. نعم. Ina will only come when you're speaking to a female girl. Here it should be تدرس. خلاص. No problem, inshallah. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. It just so happened, no? Alhamdulillah. It just so happened, I did my chartered accountancy course and I cleared it, alhamdulillah. And then I didn't know what to do because all the jobs I was getting was all, of interest. I didn't know before. Doing CA will lead me to this. All the chartered CAs are, they change the accounts and stuff and books and I tried three years in my articleship to do a halal job. I was like gone. I couldn't, and I didn't like the corporate environment also. It was co-ed, all women, and it was, I didn't like it at all. I totally left it. Then I didn't know what to do. I was like, I studied so much, 4 years to clear CA, like requires so much energy. Right? Almost 3 to 10 people, 10% or something pass. I was like, I put so much effort and I realized nothing is there. I should put this effort in this world, inshallah, in the next world, inshallah. So I went to Madaris. They were like, how? I mean, your age is done. You cannot study Islamic studies. People come and they fail, and how can you study and understand Arabic? Just to make fun. I was like, wow, there's nothing impossible. And I started on internet, right? And then alhamdulillah, I got to know about the university, and they accepted me. And now alhamdulillah, it became very famous. But that time it was not that famous. Yeah, 2012, 13. Right? So, and my father passed away that time. So I realized I didn't want it to become like my father, because he spent full, like, for this world, and may Allah forgive him. And he died suddenly with a heart fail. So I was like, when I was putting him in the grave, I realized I don't want to spend my life like this. So, running behind money and so on. Alhamdulillah, because of his works, I'm able to teach now, because he gave us buildings, and alhamdulillah, we're getting rent monthly. So I'm able to teach in the school with a meager income. So alhamdulillah. So inshallah, let's see. And now they're not ready to give us. Um, so okay. Anyways, أختي تدرس في المدرسة الثانية. Okay. Next one, seventh. ماذا تكتبون يا بناتي? ماذا تكتبون يا بناتي? So inshallah ta'ala. ماذا تكتبون يا بناتي? What are you writing, oh my daughters? Correct. You're speaking to someone. Very easy. Right? So instead of saying taktubuna, taktubna. Naam. Taktubna. Mada taktubna ya banati. What are you writing? Oh, my daughters. Inshallah. Next, Mada chaakulina ya Abbas. Ya Abbas. This is funny. Mada chaakulina ya Abbas. Mada taakulu. Naam. Mada taakulu ya Abbas. Mada taakulu ya Abbas. Right? Not taakulina. This is like making fun of a guy, right? Mada taakulin. And it happened like Abu Lahab did not wanted to, not Abu Lahab, Umayyah did not wanted to fight Badr. So Abu Jahl went to him and said, oh, get him some attar and let him sit like a women do. He's not coming us to fight, because he was a scared man. And he got killed in that war itself, right? Bilal radiallahu anhu killed him, because he was the master of Bilal radiallahu anhu. He tortured him so much. And so he said, I would not come and no come. So he said, oh, here we have the women, like in these, in our terminology, well, bangles, right? So he made fun. This is also like that. نحن أشرب القهوة كل صباح. So this translation, what are you eating? Yeah, Abbas, نحن نشرب. And نحن came نشرب al-qahwa, coffee, every morning. We drink coffee every morning. Next, سترجع أبي من الرياض في الأسبوع القادم. سيرجع, correct? Alhamdulillah. So we are done. These were the mistakes. My father will return from Riyadh in the next week. Inshallah ta'ala. سيرجع. Okay. So we are done. Alhamdulillah. That was the exercise. Now we have Ta'ammal Malay Yali, read and remember. So this is just, he's teaching us he's breaking down the verb. So yazhabu, he says, ya is called harful mudara. So first letter of any verb of the mudara verb is called harful mudara. I mean, this is a sign of being mudara. That comes in the beginning of mudara. And then we have zahab, the fail. And where is the file? The file is hidden. So in Madi, there are only two, fa'ala and fa'alat, where the file is hidden. Here we have all the five in your pocket. The file is hidden. Damirun mustatirun, file, right? Hidden. So yazhabu, tazhabu, tazhabu, azhabu, nazhabu. Right? The file is hidden. How about yazhabuna? Ya is the harful mudare. Then we have the verb zahaba, right? And then wow is equal to file. So this is the file. What is this noon? This is called alamatul rafa. This is a sign of being marfu, right? Sign of being marfu, right? Sign of being marfu. Alamatul raf'i. Okay. And because this is noon comes and goes, right? So whenever it is mansub and majzoom, the noon will drop. Khalas, right? Gone. Next we have tazhabu. Ta is equal to harful mudare, then the and the verb fail, and then we have hidden file. So here also it is yazhabu, tazhabu, hidden file. How about yazhabna? Yazhabna, harful mudare and the verb, and then noon is the file. This noon is not, because it is mabni, right? Yazhabna, tazhabna, mabni sisters. This noon is not the sign of marfu, because it will not drop at all. Alamatul raf. Alama means sign, and raf means marfu. I mean, raf is the case of being nominated, because marfu, the noun which becomes rafa is called marfu. I mean, yeah, the case itself is called rafa, but the noun which gets the rafa case is called marfu noun. You see, that's how it is, right? Like jar, the case itself is jar. The word which gets jar is called majroor. See? So alamatul rafa, the sign of being marfu. That's how it sounds. The sign of rafa. Because many people don't teach marfu, mansub, and majroor. They say rafa, nasb, and jar. Because those are the actual names of the cases, right? Rafa, nasb, and jar. But you know, yeah, rafa, nasb, and jar. The word which takes rafa is called marfu, which takes nasb is called mansub, and which takes jar is called majroor. So that's how it is. Yeah? The word which takes. It's like maf'ul, right? The object which takes the action. Like darib is the one who hits, madrub is the one who got hit, right? So like that. Okay. Tazhabu. So alamatul raf'a, and this will come a lot in book 3. Alamatul raf'ihi, because if you're saying some word is madfu, then a question will be asked. How do you know it's madfu? Right? So here, if you say yazhabuna is madfu, how dare you say it's madfu? Some person might, because we have a fatha at the end. So we say, no, boss, this is not, we don't see at the fatha, we see the noon. If the noon is there, then it is marfu. If the noon is dropped, it is gone. So we don't look at the signs. We look at the letters. Right? We don't look at vowel signs here. We look at the letter. So it's called i'rabul harfi also. I mean, you're getting to know the i'rab. I'rab means all this marfu, mansub, and majroor by letters, not by vowel signs. Right? So that's how. Yazhabna, tazhabna. Anyways, it's mabni. Right? Tazhabu. Ta, again, harful mudare, zahaba, damirun, mustatirun. And tazhabuna, again, same thing. Ta is the harful mudare, zahaba is the fail. Waw is the file. And alamatul raf, the sign of, alama means sign, right? Sign, right? Sign. Alam, generally, the classical use of alam is mountains. Mountains, right? Mountains. That is why it comes in the Quran, right? Kal alam, the ships, wa huwa wa jawari fil bahri kal alam, or similar verse, right? They are ships in the sea are like mountains. Alam. Yeah, here the alamatul rafa is known. I'm talking about the word alama, the sign. I mean the word meaning sign. How did it come about? Because actually the alam, the original jabal, right? It was originally meant for mountains, because Arabs, when they used to travel, they used to say, oh, go left from this mountain or whatever, right? Because they had so many mountains. So they called this alam, right? Go left. Now, next time, any notice board, right? Go left or go right is also called an alam. Similarly, a person's name is also called alam now, right? Alam is a proper noun, person's name. because from that person you get to know that, I mean, about him, who he is. Right? Alam. Similarly, alama here means sign. I mean, any sign, yeah, sign. So the word alama came from mountains. That is why alam, as it comes in the Quran, the ships are sailing in the sea like mountains, right? Like mountains. So this alama word came, right? Sign, sign, the something which shows you something. Tazhabina, here ta is the harful mudara, zahaba is the fail, and ya is the file. Here ya is the file, and noon is the alamatul rafa. So anywhere noon comes and noon goes, the alamatul rafa, the sign of being marfu, is noon, because the name itself is that noon comes and noon goes. It is called al-af'alul khamisa, 5 verbs. Like we have asmaul khamsa, 5 nouns, zu, I mean, all this abu nakhun. Similarly, we have 5 verbs which have noon comes and noon goes. Another name for that. Anyways, we need not remember. Then azhabu, nazhabu. Tazhabna, this is again mabni. Here, it is not the sign of being marfu here. Tazhabna, yazhabna. It is file. This noon here is the file. And because of this noon niswa, it is called. We get to know. Okay. Anyways, azhabu, harful mudara, zahaba fail, damir mustatir. Right here, the file is hidden. Nazhabu also, file is hidden. Harful mudara, zahaba, and damir mustatir. Okay. So this is the breakdown of the fail mudara. Alhamdulillah, we are done. Lesson 14 is all about fail amr. Right. So new words we had: sayaratul ujra, safun, sufufun, akhirun. This is taxi, and this is saf, row, sufuf, surah to saf, right? كأنهم بنيان مرصوص في صف, in rows. Akhir is last. Akhir, akhir. This is the revision lesson where we learn all the isnad, right? All the 14 isnads, not 14, 12. Or how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because 4 are duals. 10 of them. Alhamdulillah. So this is, we are done with this lesson. So let's begin to the chickpeas. Where's the book? Yeah, the hard chickpeas. We could talk about ajwaf also here, but I don't want to go into that again. Let's start with this thing. This is called naqis, okay? Mu'tal al-lam or naqis. So we learned about weak letters, right? Weak letters, we learned about it. And weak letters could come in the starting. This is called misal, if it comes in the starting, like wa'ada, wa'ada, right? Wow. What is a weak letter? There are 2 weak letters, waw and ya. Alif is not a weak letter, never. Right? Anytime you see alif in a word, in a verb, it is never an alif. It is either a waw or a ya. Right? It is just, it gives you dhoka. I mean, what do you call it? It gives you, I don't know the word for English. It is, it is not what is saying it is. Right? Wa'ada ya'idu. So alif is not what it is, right? It is, it is deception. Yeah. It is just, it is, deceiving you. Yes. It is deceiving you. Okay. Wa'ada ya'id. So alif, right? It is always deceiving. Whether it comes in the starting. Okay. Starting anyways, we could say alif. I'm not talking about hamza. Alif will never come in the starting of a verb. Any word, it will never come. If it comes in the starting, it is always a hamza. Right? This hamza, hamzatul qata, or this hamzatul wasl. Right? Hamzatul wasl. It's always a hamza. It is not an alif, like we learned in Arabiya Bainadik, if you remember. Right? Alif only comes in between or at the end. Right? Alif. Because the alif which comes at the starting is not called an alif, it's called hamza. Hamzatul wasl or hamzatul qata. Right? Like it comes in alif lam. Right? This is not an alif, this is hamzatul wasl. Okay. Okay. This is for what it is. So if it is in the starting, it'll be misal. It could come in between, right? Any weak letter in between. And in between, it's always comes as an alif, inshallah, right? And then we have it in the end. Have it in the end, which is like this or something, right? Right? And, at the end. So this is called misal, ajwaf, and naqis. Misal, ajwaf, and naqis. Huh? I've spoken a little bit before about misal and ajwaf. Inshallah, whenever they come again, I will try to repeat them. But today, I wanted to talk about the naqis. Inshallah. Right? Ameen, Ameen, inshallah. So today I wanted to talk about the naqis, right? The last letter one. So now, in naqis also, the last letter could either be a waw or a ya, right? Either be a waw or a ya. Okay? Anything, right? I mean, the last letters could be a waw or a ya, weak letters. And in that, we have bab nasara, nasara bab, nasara yansuru, daraba yadribu, right? Daraba yadribu, and fataha yaftahu. 3 babs. And samia, of course. Yeah, 4 babs, not 3. Sorry. 4 babs. So today, inshallah, I'll try to do at least 2 of them. Let's do da'a yad'u, right? So how do we know? So naqis can be divided into 2. One is waw with waw, right? And one is with ya. So we call naqis wawi and naqis yai. You see? So here we have da'a. First, you see da'a. So da'a, anytime you see an alif, you should always doubt, oh, is it waw or an alif? How do we get to know? Either we see it in the mudare or we see it in the masdar. We see it in the verbal noun. Right? We have to see the dictionary generally if we cannot see. But here we can see in the mudare. Yad'u. How did this waw come? Yad'u. Because it's actually this alif is a waw. That's why it came. Right? So we got to know in the mudare. Da'a yad'u. So let's see da'a. Da'a was actually da'wa. And there's a rule in Arabic language that if you have waw or ya mutaharrik means it could have fatha, damma, kasra, whatever. And the previous letter has fatha. Then we'll change both of them into an alif. You understand? See, waw is there with a fatha, with a damma or a kasra. And the previous letter has a fatha, whatever it is. So what we'll do, we'll change this into an alif. Same thing for the ya also. Even if you're not understanding, it's okay. I mean, because this is anyways difficult, right? Little bit I'm trying to focus. So da was actually da'wa. Okay. Anytime you see an alif, da. There's so many verbs like that. Da'wa. Okay. Now what happens in dual? In dual, the waw comes back. Why it comes back? Because da'wa, it was actually da'wa plus alif, right? Duals, how we do? Fa'ala. Similarly, da'wa. So it came back. Original lam kalima came back. The waw came back. So da'wa. See? Da'wa. Again, da'wa. Okay, waw comes back. Right? So this is a little tricky to learn this conjugation. Da'wa. Then we have da'u. How did this happen? So again, change here. Da'u. What happened here was da'u. It was actually like this. Da'wa plus waw, right? Like we have, for example, fa'ala. How do we do? Fa'ala plus waw, right? Fa'alu. Khalas. Fa'ala, fa'alu. So here we had da'wa plus waw, right? Waw again. So it became 2 waws came together. So we dropped 1 waw, right? So it became da'u. Right? Da'wa, da'u. Right? 2 waws, we dropped 1 waw. Because weak letter, anytime a problem comes, they drop. They'll run away. And we'll see this all the time. Da'wa, da'u. Then that's, how did this happen? This alif or waw, whatever it was, we could actually also have said da'wat. We could have said that, da'wat. But they took this verb, da plus ta, This has sukun, this has sukun, so they made it that's. That's. So we have 5 now. Da, dawa, dao, that's. You see? And any verb which comes. Da, dawa, dao, that's. Then what? Same thing. Data, dauna. Right? Data. Uh, again, we gave this an alif, right? Data. How did this happen? Dauna. Dauna. For that, he's teaching us these red ones. Because here, it was actually wow, right? Where is it? He made it color red. Oh, he taught us here. That's why he's not teaching. So here what happens is, this was actually 3 letters. So the 3 letters of a verb was da'a, right? And noon came. So what we did, just, we just pronounced it and made this sukun. Da'una. So da'una, dauta, dautuma, dautum, dauti, dautuma, dautunna, dautu, dauna. So here is the problem. Da, dawa, dau, that's, data, then dauna. So many changes are happening here. So unless we study these changes, will be how did this happen? How did that happen? Right? Da, dawa, dau, that's, data, dauna. Dauta, dautuma, dautum, dauti, dautuma, dautunna, dautu, dauna. Right? This is bab nasara. So what will happen in the mudare? Mudare, da will become yad'u. Right? Because it was actually yaf'alu, right? Yaf'ulu. Nasara, yansu. Yad'uhu will change it to yad'u. Right? Yad'u. So yad'u, yad'uwani, yad'una. Right? Yad'u, yad'uwani, yad'una. Now, how did this yad'una become? Too many vowels are coming, right? Yad'u plus vav plus noon. So one vaw was dropped. Yad'una. So this is very difficult if we first learning for the first time. Right? It might go over the head. Right? Da, dawa, dau, that's, data, dauna, dauta, dautuma, dautum, dauti, dautuma, dautuna, dautu, dauna. Then yad'u, yad'uwani, yad'una, tad'u, tad'uwani, yad'una. Again, yad'una, why it came so many vowels? So yad'una remained yad'una. Then tad'u, tad'uwani, tad'una. Then tad'ina. Right? Tad'ina. How does this happen? Where did the vav go? Well, it was actually tad'u plus ya plus nin. Ina, we have to, whenever we're speaking to a feminine, right? Tad'u, and vav will be dropped. Right? Vav and ya cannot come together. And it becomes tad'uina. And we cannot have like that. So we have to change it to tad'ina. Right? Tad'ina. Okay? Tad'ina. So again, let's try to understand what is happening, right? So da was actually da'wa, but you change it to an alif, right? We change it to an alif. Here, then the dual, the vaw will come anytime. Da, da'wa, da'u. And this third one, da'u, because what happened was 2 vowels came, so they dropped 1 vaw, da'u. Then that's vaw was dropped totally. So da, da'wa, da'u, that's, data, then da'una, dauta, dautuma, dautum, dauti, dautuma, dautuna, dautu, dauna. Right? Yad'u, yad'uwani, yad'u. It was actually yad'uhu. Then this yad'uwani, yad'una. Right? They call. Right? Yad'una. Then tad'u, tad'uwani, yad'una. Then tad'u, tad'uwani, tad'una. Same thing, because yad'u, yad'uwani, yad'una, tad'u. She calls. Right? Tad'uwani, they both call. Then yad'una. The difference between this yad'una and this yad'una is, here the vav is the file because masculine plural, but here the verb actually was yad'u and noon was just brought yad'una. So noon is the file here. Although they both look the same, here they masculine called, here they feminine called. Both are same. And yad'una and yad'una. Then tad'u, this is all should be taf, right? Tafalu, 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 tafalani, tafaluna. So tad'u, tad'uwani, tad'una. Right? Tad'una, you all call. Tad'una. Then tad'ina. This is because ina should come, right? When you are speaking to a feminine person. Tad'ina, then tad'uwani, then again tad'una. Both here it's the same, but the file changes. Here it is vav, here it is noon. Ad'u, nad'u. So if you're finding difficult, we can memorize the 5 in your pocket first. Yad'u, tad'u, tad'u, ad'u, nad'u. Right? Then yad'uwani, yad'una, tad'uani, yad'una, and so on. I will not do mansub majzoom, will not do amr also. We won't do this because we have not learned these things at all. This is one group. Okay, I just want to give an overview of all the groups, right? Of all the groups. This was daha yad'u. Next is baka yabki. This is bab daraba. Baka yabki. So one word can come on this pattern. This will have an alif at the end, and this is yad'u. So 90, I think, baka yabki. Then we have naha yanha, right? And we have nasiya yansa. So 90% of the time, anytime you see an alif at the end, it is always, naqis wawi. It is a wow. And it is bab nasara, right? With a wow. Okay. So wow one has only one bab. Bab nasara. Da'a yad'u. That's it. Wow is done. But ya has so many problems. Ya can have three babs. First is baka yabki. So baka yabki. See, this baka, it's not an alif here. We don't write an alif because this is actually ya. How do you know it's a ya? Because a ya comes in mudare. See, we can see a ya here. Baka yabki. This is bab daraba. Daraba yadribu. So from fatha it should go kasra. Similarly here from fatha here it becomes kasra here. Yabki to the kaf, right? So baka, it was actually bakaya. Here da'a was da'ava. Here baka is bakaya. Right? Like rama is ramaya. Right? Bakaya. Then dual like da'ava, it became baka will become bakaya. And then bakau, like da'aw. Then bakat, same thing again, two vowels coming and so on. Bakat, bakata. But here, previously it was become dauna, dauta, dautuma, dautum, dauti, dautuma, dautuna. Here it is bakaina because it's actually ya. Bakaina, bakaita, bakaituma, bakaitum, bakaiti. Not daut, not bakau. Right? It's all ya. Bakaiti, bakaituma, bakaitunna, bakaitu, bakaina. Right? So baka, bakaya, bakau. Bakats, bakata, bakaina, bakaita, baketuma, baketum, bakaiti, bakaituma, bakaituna, bakaitu, bakaina. Then yabki was actually yabkiyu, right? Like it was yad'uwu. Right? I don't want to go so much detail. I just want to give an overview because anyways it will come later on, like end of the book too. Right? But inshallah, I will keep repeating this all the time. Yabki, yabkiyani, then yabkuna. Right? Because waw and ya came, see, yabkuna, number 6. Right? Number 6 is where? Here. Yabkiyu plus waw, and again waw and ya will not come, so weak letter will drop off. Right? And yabkivna, we cannot read like yabkivna. So what we'll do, we'll give a dhamma, yabkuna. They all cried, cry, yabkuna. Then tabki, tabkiyani, yabkina. Right? Yabkina. Then tabki, tabkiyani, tabkuna, tabkina. This is anyways no problem. This tabkina and yabkina will look same. Then tabkiyani, then tabkina again. So many kina, ina. Right? Abki, nabki. I cry, we cry. This is baka yabki. Inshallah. So there are some changes happening here. Yabki, yabkiyani, yabkuna, tabki, tabkiyani, yabkina, tabki, tabkiyani, tabkuna, tabkina, tabkiyani, tabkina, abki, nabki. So a few changes are happening here. Right? This is weak letter at the end. Right? It'll come after 6 months. So please don't worry if you're not able to understand. Right? It's okay. Try to feel what's happening. Right? So baka, yabki. What was the previous bab? Da'a, yad'u. Baka, yabki. Bab, daraba. These two can happen. Then the next one, naha, yanha. This is ba fatha, because how do you know? The ha has fatha here. Here also it has a fatha. Naha, yanha. Same thing here. Naha was actually nahaya. Nahaya, naha, nahaya, nahau. Like da'u. Da'a, da'ava, da'u. Same thing. It is a ya here, but it is yai. Right? All these are yai. Naha, nahaya, nahau. Right? Da'a, da'ava, da'u. Baka, bakaya, bakau. Same thing. Naha, nahaya, nahau. Nahat, nahata, nahaina. Like bakaina. Bakaita, bakaituma, bakaitum. Similarly, nahaina. Naha is to prohibit someone, right? Naha. Naha Allah. Nahina, nahita, nahituma, nahitum, nahiti, nahituma, nahitunna. Okay. So this is our nahaina, nahita, nahituma, nahitum, nahitu, nahina. Then we have yanha, right? Same like yad'u and yabki. But here it is because it is fataha, fataha, it will be yanhi, it will not become yanhi, it will remain as this alif maqsura. This is alif maqsura, right? Yeah, without doubts. So yanha will remain yanha, right? So yanha, yanhaya. Here it was yabki, yabkiya. I mean, here you have to read here. Yanha, yanhayani. So yabki, yabkiyani. So yanha, yanhayani, haya, hayani, yanhauna. It was here yabkun. Now the problem here is with this bab. Here it became yabkuna, right? But here it is yanhauna. They all prohibited. It comes in the Quran. Yanhauna anil fasad, yunhauna or yanhauna, right? Yanhau. So question might come. Wait. Why not yanhuna? Right? Why not that? Well, the issue is if wow is there, right? And the previous letter is a kasra. We cannot read this, right? If we cannot read if. So what we'll do, we'll delete this kasra and give a dhamma. That's what happened here, right? It was what? This thing. Yabukuna, sixth one here. It was yabukiyu plus wow. So we have this ya and wow. So wow and ya enemies, right? Never come. We cannot read this. Yabkiyuna. So difficult to read. So what Arabs did? They said, let's drop this ya. Anytime problem, drop the weak letter. So it became yabkivna. Yabkivna. See? Yabkivna. Now we cannot read this yabkivna. Again, so problematic, right? So you have a wow and a kasra. So with wow, what goes? With we get a dhamma. Yabkuna. But here with yanhauna, what happened here? Point number 7, yanha plus you. Yeah, this came and this came. But fatha is fine with everybody. Fatha is a good friend with everybody. Fatha can come with wow, can come with ya, because au is, we can read, right? Au, bau, it's there in Arabic language. Au, I also is there in Arabic language. So we can read it. So we should not change, right? Because it was kasra and wow, kasra and wow, we cannot read this. They are like opposites. So we had to change it to wow. Or we could have dhamma and ya. Ui, bui, tui. They don't read this. So this will be changed into a kasra. But here, fatha is like, fine, wow comes or fatha with a ya come. No need to change. So yanha is actually fatha. And here, what happened? Yanhayu, because it's actually yanhayu, right? Wow came and a noon came, yanhayuna, right? So we drop the ya. So khalas, yanhauna. Nothing to worry about at all. Yanhauna. So this is the big change here, which many people get confused. Yanhauna. They say yanhuna. Like yad'u, yad'uwani, yad'una. But here, yanha, yanhayani, yanhauna. Same thing here. Tanha, tanhayani, yanhayna. See? Yanhayna. Here it was what? Yabkina. Huh? See? Yabki, yabkiyani, yabkuna, tabki, tabkiyani, yabkina with a kasra. Because actually it is kasra. So we just added a noon. For any time this plural noon, we look at the verb, add a noon. Khalas. Yanhayna. So this is also problematic. Yanhayna. Then tanha, tanhayani, tanhauna, not tanhuna. Yad'una, tad'una. See, it was a dhamma. Here it is all fatha, fatha, fatha. Because this all, look at ha. Look at all the ha's here. Every time it is fatha. All the time it is fatha. Fatha, fatha, fatha. Fatha, fatha, fatha. Yeah, fatha, fatha. It'll never leave because fatha is fine with everything. See? Fatha, 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 fatha. Never, never. Anha, nanha. So never ever for this bab. Naha, yanha bab. Bab, fataha bab. How do we know it's fatha? We know that throat letter, right? Throat letter. It has a ha, hamza ha, ain ha, ghain kha. They're always ba fatha. I mean, maybe 95% or 99%. Naha, yanha, right? So yanha, yanhayani, yanhauna, tanha, tanhayani, yanhaina. Okay. Here we changed it. If it is a kasra, we'll change it. And here also, yad'u also will change it. Yad'u, yad'uani, yad'una, tad'u, tad'uani, yad'una. Right? We'll change it. But for naha, we'll not change anything. This is very problematic. Naha and nasya. Next one will come. Right? Next one is more problematic. Naha and ha. Right? So this is what it is about yanha, yanhayani, yanhauna, not yanhuna. Tanha, tanhayani, yanhaina, tanha, tanhayani, tanhauna, tanhaina, right? Tanhayani, tanhaina, anha, nanha. So we should try to understand what is happening here. Right? There's so many changes here. That's why this weak letter verbs are so difficult. So difficult because you have to keep in touch. But we need a lot of practice, right? We need a lot of practice for this. Right? So yanha is like this. But nasiya again problem. Nasiya is samya. And we get so many verbs like this. Khashiya yaksha. Khashiya yaksha. Nasiya yansa. Right? Bab samya. Here also the problem comes with kasra and this. So anytime you have a kasra, it will be changed to what if vav comes with the dhamma. That is what is happening. See, nasiya, nasiya. Here it was what? Naha, nahaya. Previously, da'a, da'ava, da'u. Nasiya, nasiya, right? And nasu. Aha. Now here you see, naha, nahaya, nahu. What? Nahu? Nahu. Again here, baka, bakaya, bakau. All look at the kaf. It is bakau. Fatha, fatha, fatha. Eh? Here also da, da'ava, da'u. But for nasiya, what is happening? What's the problem with nasiya? Nasiya, nasu. Why nasu? Because the scene actually had a kasra. And kasra plus vav, no, 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 bad job, bad thing. So what we'll do is, if it is a vav, we'll give a dhamma. Because fatha can go with anything. Fatha is like, cool boss, whatever comes. Au comes or I comes, fine. Right? But this kasra, no, no, no. That is why nasu. Because many people, when they are doing the conjugation of nasiya, they'll make it nasau. Why are you saying nasau, man? It's wrong. Why? Because this is kasra. And you want to change kasra, you have to change it to a dhamma. So anytime you get a kasra, kasra will never become fatha. Right? We cannot directly change the opposites. From the earth, you cannot go to the sky. You have to go to the tree, which is the vow. So kasra will always become a dhamma. So nasiya, nasiya, nasu. Previously it was da, da'ava, da'u. Baka, bakawa, not bakawa, sorry, bakaya, bakau. And what was this? Naha, nahaya, nahau. Then it's same, right? Nasiyat. Here we are not dropping anything. Nasiyat, nasiyata. And this is nasina. Nothing to drop. There's nothing to, right? Previously it was da'una. Then bakaina, right? Or nahina. Right? Here there's nothing to drop. Nasina. Nasita, nasituma, nasitum, nasiti, nasituma, nasituna, nasitu, nasina. Right? Nasina. They all forgot it. I forgot. Nasitu, nasina, we forgot. Right? So nasita, nasituma, nasitum, nasiti, nasituma, nasitu. So there are 4 types of differences coming here. This, then will, so nasiya. So anytime you get naqis, right, it'll be, and we'll look at some verbs inshallah before we leave today in the Quran, right? We'll look at some verbs of waw and a ya, okay? And we'll see which bab and try to identify which bab it is. Then we have yansa, right? Yansa, how it was actually yansa you, right? We learned, right? Yanha was yanha you, because now this has a fatha, right? Because it's samya, right? Samya from kasra, it goes to a fatha. Same thing will happen of yanha mostly, right? Same thing. Same thing will happen. Look at the seen kalima here. Seen has a fatha, because fatha is fine with everything. We'll never drop the fatha. See, all scenes you see has a fatha, 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 ansa, ansa. It is same like yanha, nanha. Yansa, yansayani, yansauna. Not yansuna. But for yad'u, it was a wow. So wow was anyways fine, yad'una. But for baka, yabki, it was a kasra on the ain kalima. Yabki, yabkiyani, it was actually yabkiyuna. So we made it yabkuna. And but here yansauna, here yanhauna, here yad'una. I mean here yad'una. Here it is fine, but here yabkuna also here. Then here yanhauna, and here also yansauna. Then tansa, tansayani, yansaina. All the time it's like yanha only, right? This is what it is, right? All the four babs. It could be bab nasara, and that is only for wawi. Naqis wawi. It could be da'a, yad'u. Inshallah, it will come in time, inshallah, after 6-7 months. Whenever we come, we'll do the same thing again and try to understand, and then we'll do the lesson, right? Because, inshallah. So we'll look at some examples from the Qur'an, right? And very easy to find in this website, all the weak letter verbs by root letters, corpus website, right? So we go here. I think it is this Quran dictionary. Yeah. Then what we do is we want what? We want something with a wow or a ya as the end, right? So we'll go down, 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 down. We could go like scene is there, right? Scene is automatically selected. So we want wow or a ya at the end. See, this is there. Scene, noon, wow. Is this used as a verb? Only as a noun. Wow. Right? Sinina is actually seen, wow. This is not a verb. Not used as a verb. Yeah, this is there. Sawa. Form 2 is here. Form 1 is one used once. This is form 1, it seems. To level something. That's sawa. So this is sawa is like double. This is called lafif. Sawa yasvi. Very rare this is. Right? Lafif is what? Middle letter also wow, and last letter also ya. See, double problem. Double trouble. Sawa yasvi. We won't do this. I mean, it's easy, but it's the same as naqis sawa, savaya. Then what? It is a wow, right? Savau, savat, savata. Then what should come? Savauna, savota, savautuma, savauna. No, it should be savaitu, savaina, savaita, savaituma, savaitum, savaiti, savaituma, savaitunna, savaitu, savaina. Yes, we are. Okay. Okay, not much here. We can do noon. Where's noon? Noon is here, right? Noon. Here, noon, hamza, ya is there, right? Like, what is this verb? Na'a. Keep away. Anything else with a ya at the end? See, noon, sin, wow is there. This is now nisaun. The root letter of nisa is noon, sin, wow. We see an alif here, right? See, that alif is actually wow, nisaun. Noon, sin, wow is done. I am not able to see any more here. Noon, haya. This is the naha. Naha came. Anyways, we've done naha, right? So naha, nahaya. Then what? It is a fatha, right? So it will remain the same. Nahau, nahat, nahata, right? And then nahaina, nahita, nahaituma, nahitum, nahitu, nahina. So yanhauna. See, yanhauna came. Forbidding. Right? So inshallah, there's so many things happening here. Inshallah. So inshallah, I hope little bit, if even if you not understand, I think please revisit this and try to read this table and try to understand what it is. Inshallah ta'ala, because this is how it is. Yeah, weak letters. I've tried to give an introduction for it, right, in brief, right? And even if you don't understand it, inshallah, I will repeat it all the time. So jazakallahu khair. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
كانوا قليلا من الليل ما يهجعون وبالأسحار هم يستغفرون.